Thank you for joining me, neighbors. You guys are right down the street from me, and also Rick and Alara too. And you're also part of the Extra Harvest Share program. We're sharing our fruits and vegetables. So yep. Emma and Elvis, thank you, welcome. And thanks for letting me talk to you about your garden.
Of course, thank you.
So part of the Extra Harvest Share program, we're sharing our extra fruits and vegetables in the neighborhood, but we're also building gardens. And I just wanted to ask you guys, could you just tell me a little bit about your garden, why you got into it now, and then we'll talk a little bit about which one you selected also. What was your motivation?
Well, I mean, I think we have attempted to start gardening before, just in a very small scale, if you will. Mm-hmm. And since this situation, pandemic-wise, we are staying at home more, working from home all the time. So you started the program, and we want to participate, and we're excited about it. So we decided to pull the trigger and try to go a little bigger.
All right.
It's still one step,
yep.
But we decided since we're home more, we can pay attention to it more and learn more.
And so can you tell me about the box that you selected, and then also what materials you used or what technique you're using to put your garden box together?
Yeah, so we found the bed kind of online, shopping online in a big store website.
You could say the name too.
Okay.
If you want.
It was just Costco.
Okay.
So we look around, not super hard. We found a few different types, and we found that this one had this keyhole for composting. Mm-hmm. Something we've been trying to kind of give it a try.
All right.
And kind of based on that, had a really good reviews.
Yep.
And it was, I think, in a decent price, and it was very convenient because we are home all the time, but we're working all the time. Mm-hmm. So it was really easy to build. Okay. So that was kind of the reasons.
It also didn't seem that complicated. I think some of the other ones where you have to build it yourself or really have to put each single piece together can be maybe a little daunting for some people, and especially for me and for us. We don't have green thumbs. This is our first time kind of trying to build a garden. So I was looking for something that was more easy, a little bit more user-friendly, and wasn't really complicated. So I think this checked off a lot of those boxes. And I also liked the fact that it was easy to put together, that either I could do it by myself or my husband could do it. Either one of us could have done it, which I think is also a really key point when you're looking to put something together for the first time.
And good curb appeal too.
Yeah,
looks
I think the
nice.
white color was great for housing, as well as kind of the horizontal striping, which also can look like a fence. So I thought it was very aesthetically pleasing too.
Very cool. And then for the materials that you put inside of your box, so it's not just dirt, can you guys tell me a little bit about what method you're using inside?
Sure. So a lot of the stuff that we used, we already had at home. So the base layer was about 4 inches of cardboard. Obviously, the instructions recommended you use like a biodegradable, ink-friendly, recycled, like those types of materials. They also could not be waxy or have any sort of plastic coating on them. They truly had to be a cardboard. So for us, we do recycle a lot. So we had a recycling bin full of different types of cardboard and things like that we could use. And also the box that the planter came in was recyclable and had organic inks and materials in them. So it was actually a great addition to the 4 inches that we had to build. Did you want to add something to that?
Yeah, I mean, it was funny just going back into our recycle bin and start pulling boxes out. That was fun.
And we actually asked a couple neighbors too, because we ran out, because we didn't have quite enough for all of the 4-inch layer that we needed at the base. So we actually asked a couple of neighbors from their recycling bin if we could have or use some of their recyclable goods, and they were more than willing to part with some of them. So that was actually another really great community contribution to this as well.
Very cool.
Also, we obviously got some materials from you, like the straw that we could use it for some of the brown layers. And we built, it was kind of like cardboard, brown layer, cardboard again, I believe. Then I did my lawn basically and grab a fresh greens, so really green fresh grass, and we made a whole like 4 inches of that as well. And then we got really good dirt and mixed it up with
fertilizer.
All right.
And mix it up really good, and that's a good 6 inches of that.
Yep.
Maybe even 8. So we use a lot of compostable materials that we're now learning what should be used, what can we use, and kind of preparing our life to pick up some of those scraps from the kitchen or things like that to put it in a separate bowl and be able to throw it into the composting. So it's a learning experience from that aspect for us.
Are you finding it pretty easy too? Is it a pretty easy adjustment?
Really easy,
So
yeah.
I thought it was really easy. I mean, we literally found a stainless steel bowl that we had in the kitchen that wasn't being readily used every day. And so now we've placed that small stainless steel bowl next to the sink. And anytime we have any sort of green or brown scraps that are considered eligible to be compostable, we put them in that stainless steel bowl, which actually was also an inspiration from our lovely neighbors, because I know they have one as well. So anytime we've got eggshells, leftover rinds from any kinds of citruses, coffee grains or grounds, excuse me, and then also the filters, which also have to be organic and things like that. So we already were living kind of an organic lifestyle, so for us to make those adjustments were not as big of a deal as maybe for some other people who don't have that kind of lifestyle yet. So we've found it really easy so far. And any questions we've had, we've either asked our neighbors who have experience with it, or we've gone online to just research what can and cannot be used in a compost pile.
And it's cutting down your trash probably in your house also.
Yes, less stinky for sure.
Very good.
Yeah.
Could you guys tell me about which vegetables you chose for your box too?
So basically carrots, Brussels sprouts, lettuce, spinach,
And cilantro.
and cilantro.
That's what's in this box.
So
that's
for like a 3x3 space right here, you have about 6 or 7 different vegetables or herbs in the box.
It's about 4x4 total
Okay.
on the space on the area, but yeah, like 3x3 given that you have the keyhole in the middle.
Yeah.
And you have a very nice sunny spot right here too, so full sun pretty much all day long.
We pick a combo where it wasn't gonna bake all day, since in San Diego we do get a lot of sun. And even though the weather doesn't get really hot, but the sun alone hitting it all the time has baked stuff in the past, but we learned also.
Yep, same here.
So we learned that we have to get a control the portion of sun that it gets, and at this point in this position with a large tree that we have behind you, in the afternoon it will get shade instead of getting sun for so many hours so long. So
Very good.
It's kind of a nice sweet spot, we think.
Very
So
nice.
That's kind of the reason.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for sharing. And this is a very simple, easy way to get started with gardening. And we thank you that you put it in the front yard too.
Yeah.
And that you're with the Extra Harvest Share program and you're sharing your fruits and vegetables. So
Of course.
happy gardening, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
you.